here. Visit TripleCrownTrailers.com.
So you want to know what no horsing around with Marion means, huh? Enforcement of litter violations has increased to punish those who trash our beautiful county. First-time offenders, you can expect a $150 fine. You didn't learn your lesson? If you're caught littering a fourth time, you'll pay a $500 fine, and you can spend up to 60 days in the slammer. Any questions regarding Marion County's litter ordinance may be directed to the Office of the County Attorney. And remember, step up, pick it up, and don't litter.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, B&D Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
We have made it to Friday. It is a Friday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF. Lots to talk about today. Thank you for making time out of your busy day to join us and talk sports. We are brought to you and fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. In business for nearly 50 years, the Cousins families owned and operated that business. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see them today. Tell them Sports Scene sent you. You will see the quality I am talking about. We're coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light studio. Visit GatorTrimLight.com. Find out what they can do for your home, for your pool deck, for your landscaping, whatever it is that you need along those lines. These folks can do it, and it's fully programmable right from your phone. Full color systems that look great. Again, GatorTrimLight.com. If you want to talk to us today, lots of ways to do it. The Campus USA YouTube question comes to you, of course, from Campus USA, serving our community for 90 years. Any Facebook Live questions from Ruse Ogra State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville for casualty, home, car, and life insurance. Our phone calls all come to you from the Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. Call them for the best MRI, affordable prices. Find out more, TitanMRI.com. The email, you know what it is, srussell@wruf.com, courtesy of International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. Simply put, when you want quality jewelry, International Diamond Center, the place to go. Quality Plumbing, sponsoring the first hour of Sports Scene today. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since way back in 1984. Indeed, their name, Quality Plumbing, says it all. And don't forget, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, the only injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators. Meldon Law won't back down. Some of the things we will talk about today, including my New York Mets finally firing their manager after an embarrassing series sweep by the Chicago Cubs. Urban Meyer is going to be here to talk college football. We're going to get a little inside report from Oklahoma on their run to the baseball national championship and the coach that could be coming here from their staff. And my buddy and classmate Chuck Cooperstein, voice of the Dallas Mavericks, will come on and give you the info on what made the Mavericks choose Dusty May as their next coach. But my first guest today is no stranger to our program because he's been on it many times when he was coaching women's tennis here at the University of Florida. Roland Thornquist joins us here now. He's got a new gig he will tell you about in a minute. And Roland, it's good to have you back. Welcome, and look forward to talking to you.
Thanks for having me, Steve. This is a treat.
First of all, tell folks where you are now. You're coaching both the men's and I think you're the head coach of the men and assistant with the women. Is that correct?
That's correct. At Wesleyan University up here in Connecticut. Yeah, that's right.
How'd that gig come about?
Well, the last time I saw you, it was the day I left Florida,
Yep.
and I at that time really wasn't sure that I was going to coach ever again, but I actually really missed it, the following spring. I missed the coaching part, the teaching and helping, young women and men and women get better, get confident and all that. And so when I approached my wife with the idea of maybe returning, to the ring, we wanted something completely different. I didn't want the craziness of the NIL Division I stuff and buying players and all that. And so when Wesleyan came open, it was like the perfect second act. It's a Division III school in a great conference, the NESCAC up here, highly academic. And so, it's been almost a year now, and we're just having a great time. We bought a house in a cute little town called Essex, right on the Connecticut River, and it's been a great second act.
That's really cool. It is interesting because you are seeing, Roland, coaches like, I'm using Dusty May, right, leaving college, leaving the pressure of the NIL, going to the NBA. Is it a lot more fun to just coach now, not having to go through all that NIL stuff?
Absolutely. This is really, when people ask me what it's like in Division III, and particularly the NESCAC, and I tell them all, it's like collegiate athletics when I was playing in the early 90s. It's like our kids come to Wesleyan for the right reasons. They're coming for the academics, but they still want to do something with the tennis. And so, the tempo with which we work here, as a department is different. It's much better, I think, and healthier. And you have time to do other things. Like this summer, I just got home from Sweden.
Oh, wow.
And then you mix in a little recruiting, So, yeah, it's been for where I am in my career at my age, this was, the perfect way, I think. But yet still super competitive, right? Like you still want to win. You still want to help the guys get better and get them to be the best they can be. And so you still get your competitive juices going, but it's just a healthier balance.
As an assistant with the women's team, obviously you had that success here, winning a national championship. I'm sure, I don't care, Division I, II, III, whatever, winning a natty doesn't get old, does it?
No, I can tell you, we had 3 freshmen in that lineup too, and
wow.
Our head coach here is a 27-year-old first-year head coach. So, we worked really well together, and it was super fun. So my job now is to get the men's job up to par with the women's, right? And that's what we're trying to do here in the next few years.
Let's take NIL away, Roland, for a second. Just in terms of, recruiting, the athletes you recruit and the young people you try to coach and mentor, has the type of athlete changed at all that you're recruiting?
You mean at Wesleyan?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, it is, for sure. So, they come to Wesleyan not for the tennis part. They're coming not for the 4 years. They're coming for the next 40 years, right? And so we have great alumni here that are on Wall Street or in medicine, and so a big network of former players, alums that will help our players, get internships and stuff. So the players we get are more academically inclined, for sure. And there is a gap, clearly, in athleticism and athletic ability between these athletes and the ones that are at Florida and in the SEC, clearly. But the will to win and the determination and the commitment is the same, which is what makes it fun.
I would imagine, though, even though there may be that disparity, if you want to call it that, Roland, still you're looking for the quality athlete, you're looking for the excellent student. That part doesn't ever change, right?
Correct, yes. And here, you're subject to who can get in, right? Who can get admitted. There's very little help. So, we have to look and talk to bright minds and, really good students in order to get them into school. And so, we try now to get them in as freshmen and then develop them so that, in year 2, year 3, year 4, they're going to be really, really good. So we need kids who are smart, athletic, and love tennis. That's really the mix, because then we can continue to improve them. And as long as they improve, they're going to like it, and the team's going to get better. So the magic is a little different, right? Like at Florida, we could probably recruit some more finished products, if you will, and certainly now in the NIL, when you're buying players, now you're not going to have your 18-year-old kid play, right?
Right.
You're gonna buy a transfer. So like the Division I scene at the elite level is completely different. You're not going to have the 18-year-old anymore. But we need those kids here. We need them, and we need to get them better because there is very, very little transferring here.
Let's push aside wins and losses for a second, Roland. My final thing. How was it coaching your men's team? How fun was that? How good a group was it to coach?
Yeah, it was excellent. We had 4 great seniors here, and they were really – they handled the shift. I took over – after a guy that, had been here 12 years and done an amazing job, really built the program up from scratch. And so he was very beloved here. And so whenever that happens, you never know, right, the new guy coming in. But
sure.
Our seniors were great in the transition period, really bought in early. And, we had just a great time. And we were able to develop some kids UTR-wise, got them better over the course of the year. And, everybody had a great time and great GPA, so it's a nice first year for sure.
And it just sounds like you're having fun just coaching, just really concentrating on here's my athletes, I'm going to coach them, I'm going to get them better. I can almost hear it in your voice that you don't have the pressure's the wrong word. You know where I'm going. It's more of a pure thing where you are now.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. But we still want to win, right?
Of course, yes.
I think it's a healthier look on collegiate athletics, to be honest. And, it's all about teaching, right? And you want to become a mentor to these guys. And, that was the part I was missing, being a part of their lives and see them, develop confidence and belief in themselves. And, that's a really neat feeling to have. Plus, I'm going to teach a leadership course here in the fall too. So, I get to sort of share some of the, the tales of the past 3 decades of coaching with the class. So that part's going to be super fun.
That is going to be you'll do great at that. That'll be a lot of fun. Roland, it's good to reconnect. Want to let folks know what you were doing now. Thank you for taking the time, and enjoy a little time off, and then you get right back at it. Appreciate you.
Steve, thanks for having me, man. I miss you guys down there.
Miss you too, Coach. Thanks for doing this. Roland Thornquist, always a friend of the show over his years here. Class act. By the way, the Men's College World Series, the 3rd most watched College World Series on record. So pretty good. Averaged 1.5 million viewers, up 24% year over year. Most watched Super Regionals since 2009, most watched Regionals round on record, and the most watched regular season since 2012. Pretty interesting. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Macy, our producer today, will take your calls, your questions, your comments as you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF. Friends, if somebody's been in business for 45-plus years, doesn't that tell you something? Trust, longevity. Well, that is the case with my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville. The Cousins family has operated that business for the past 45-plus years, and they specialize in just one thing. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. Great variety, great selection. I'm driving one now, have been for years. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Soccer Sticker Fever is here at Miapa. Every Wednesday from 4 to 9 p.m., bring the family for Soccer Sticker Trading Night. Trade the stickers you're missing, pick up albums and sticker packs, and connect with fellow collectors. And kids ages 3 to 10 eat free with a paid adult entree. While the kids enjoy dinner, treat yourself to the best Cuban food north of Miami and delicious Cuban coffee at any of our 6 convenient locations. Miapa Soccer Sticker Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 4 to 9 p.m.
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey man, what's Hard Rock Bet giving new players?
If you win your first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets.
$7.50. ¿Cuánto?
Whoa, was that Ronaldinho? Sounds like his first bet scored.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Albuquerque. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
Well, there's a lot of good things about today. It's Friday. We have a lot of good guests coming your way. Looking forward to talking sports. But the best part about today is my daughter, Jennifer. It is her birthday today. So happy birthday, Jenny. Hope you're doing okay, kid. So your dad's proud of you. Your dad loves you. And happy birthday, kid. With that, we will take phone calls, 392-8255, International Diamond Center, email, srussell@wruf.com. Bernard, welcome.
Steve, I joined while the interview was in process. I was the ex-former tennis coach, won a championship at Westland. It sounds like, that's a slower pace.
It is.
Probably not as competitive. The pressure is not what it would be at a bit. Did you ask him why he left UF, or did you know why he left?
Yeah, I mean, he came. He said the last time, he was sitting in the studio with me right across from me when he left. He just said it was time for him to leave, and obviously, he is at a place. It's Division III that you don't have to worry about NIL. You don't have to worry about buying a player. None of that. You're just coaching, and I think as he said, I think he missed coaching, and he's an assistant with the women's team that won the Division III championship, and he is the head coach of the men's team. So, and like you said, he's getting to teach a class too. So he's liking what he's doing. Not that he didn't like it before, but I think, and again, this is the Dusty May kind of thing, right? There's certain coaches that don't want to go through NIL and buying players and all this other stuff. They'd rather either go to the NBA or pro sports or go to a lower division where you don't have to worry about that.
Let's be honest, Steve. He sounds like he's really enjoying his time of his life. Look, this big-time college is probably a rat race. Steve, moving on, Minnesota got LaMelo Ball. Steve, my question with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball in the backcourt, before I'm not anointing them anything, who's going to be the adult in the room, Steve? You can have all this great talent, but who's going to be the adult when Earl and Pearl Monroe joined the Knicks? We walked Frazier, both of them they stepped down the game a little bit so they could fit into a team concept. Steve, I love the interview you did with being true, and I know this is the off season, how time you don't get as many calls. Maybe during the off season you could work in a little interview with former player athletes from you. I was thinking about Jack Jackson. He used to do the Red Fox thing after he would catch a pass or score a touchdown. And lastly, Steve, another thought for the off season. Got the top 10 list. What about sometimes the top radio calls from a Gator sport, football, basketball, or baseball? Because some of those things from the radio people really stick out in my mind.
All right, we'll see. Well, we can. I think the one that comes to mind with that right away is Doring's got a touchdown. From Mick. If you're talking about Florida stuff.
I'm talking about Florida.
I think that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Steve, Mick lived a charmed life. That guy knew when to get out on top. Got him one football championship, national, 2 basketball and baseball. The one call that Mick did for me was in Columbia, Missouri, when Florida was playing Missouri, and Missouri, the game was tied. They was holding for the last shot, and Chiozzi stole the ball and went in for a layup. Man, Mick lost it, Steve. I had to pull off the side of the road. I was going to wreck my car. I couldn't drive listening to Mick call that game, that particular play at the end of the game. Steve, take care, and you have a great weekend, okay?
Thank you, Bernard. You too. Appreciate it. International Diamond Center email, Art says, about time Mendoza got the heave-ho. I really think the front office tried to give him every effort to get out of this, but it started with the makeup of the roster, which, frankly, I didn't like, and then the injuries. And you can't fire 25 guys, and the Mets just look against the Cubs, they just look listless. They had to do something. But they're bad. And that's, you want to blame the manager, you can, but the front office is responsible, too, for putting that motley crew together. They're not very good. Let's go to Byron. Byron, hello.
Hey, Steve. Happy Friday, Steve. I always enjoy Bernard's call, Steve. And, that some of the shows he was saying would be a great idea. That Chris Doran, they had us on another show, Steve, on this network about one of the greatest catches, and I forget the one that might have won. But I tell you, Chris Doran, that wasn't the SEC championship. But if he wouldn't have caught that pass it seemed like the last second. And somebody said that was one of the calls that brought Mick on to be, he was good to me all along. But yeah, that's the one that did it. I'll go with that. And Steve, I think speaking to Chris, man, you used to do these kind of where are they at. I know you know more radio than I could probably about basketball than I can forget. But I like to know, Willie Jackson and Terry and them and McGriff and those guys, and even some of the local guys, the Petersons and stuff. And what are they doing? Just I guess if we don't have nothing else to talk about. And Steve, real quick, we lost last night. I got to stop that. The USA lost to Turkey, and just give me your assessment of how good are your chances? Help me out here, Steve. I know we got to go through Europe, but how good are chances of America or USA winning it? And could we be upsetting somebody here in soccer? Thank you, Steve. That's all I got. It's getting boring. Thank you, Steve. Go Gators.
Byron, thanks. Well, one thing I will tell you straight out. I'm not a soccer guy, okay? But what I didn't understand was the criticism being leveled at the coach. You've already won the group. They could have lost 50-0. Didn't matter. Well, they played their ostensibly best player to see how healthy he is. He seemed to pass that test. He avoided players who could have gotten one more yellow card and been disqualified the next round. They didn't get yellow cards. So, I mean, is it disappointing? Yes. No doubt. Disappointing. But I will say this to anybody who is upset. If I told you before the World Cup started the U.S. would be advancing, would you have taken it? I think so. They're advancing. And by the way, let me just give you a little insight into something. This is why I've got a lot of guests coming up at the 1 o'clock hour. I'm going to try to slough through this hour if I can. I appreciate all the suggestions because, look, part of what I do here is for you. If you want something, if you want a feature, you want something, let me know. No guarantee we'll do it, but at least I know. And when you say I want to hear from, former players, believe me, I reach out. They don't always reach back. That's how that is. One is nominated for the College Football Hall of Fame, and I texted him 3 times, nothing. So, you can only lead the horse to water, can't make him drink it. Mike's email, how about the loudest moments at Florida Field? I say when Thomas intercepted the ball at the end of the 14-9 win over the Seminoles. Okay, that's one maybe if you want to do. I will say that FSU game here, was it 98, I think? 97, 98, whenever it was really deafening. That was awesome. And I got a really cool email the other day from somebody who is older than me, who has been going to games at in the swamp forever, and he was reminiscing about the old Florida Field. Going there when he was a kid. I can remember Doug's Rug, right? Artificial turf here. And believe it or not, on a Sunday, you could go out and play football there as a student. You could go on the field and play. Imagine that. Yeah, we could. So, lots of good things. Kevin emails and says, your thoughts on basketball's home and away schedule in the SEC. I guess if I'm a fan, Kevin, I'm underwhelmed on paper at who Florida has at home. Ole Miss, Missouri, Oklahoma, A&M, and Vanderbilt, I'm not sure how exciting that is. You do get Kentucky. But the away, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, that's pretty good. So, I get it. We'll take a break. We'll come back, hopefully. More to hear from you. Coming up at the 1 o'clock hour, Urban Meyer will be here at the top of the 1 o'clock hour to talk some college football. Colton Sulley from the Oklahoman will talk about Oklahoma's baseball run and the coach that Florida may be getting from their staff in baseball. And Chuck Cooperstein, my buddy, the play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks, will talk about the Mavs' decision to go after Dusty May. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
The Tampa Bay Rays play here all summer long. WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City, serving you better.
Summer's back, and so is IDC's most popular offer ever. 0% financing for 5 years. Now through June 30th, you can make any purchase at International Diamond Center and spread your payments out to 2031 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants. Our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
If you're looking for premium, high-quality food served in an unforgettable atmosphere, you're going to love brunch at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill.
This is Coach Steve Spurrier, and I want to let you know that Spurrier's Gridiron Grill's delicious brunch is now served in a premium buffet.
Complete with build-your-own omelet station, served every Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Reservations are encouraged, and walk-ins are always welcome.
Plus, you can enjoy bottomless, mimosas, and Bloody Marys. So join us every Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 3 for the best brunch in town.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
If it happens in Gator Nation, you hear it on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
After next week, we take a little hiatus, a little time off for the summer. So we have just a few shows left before that takes place to talk sports, and I hope that you will. Brad Crawford covers college football for CBSSports.com, and he did a team-by-team projection. Where do you think he has Florida? If you want to guess, call me. or text me or whatever you want to do. Again, B&D Electric text line, 352-325-3777. If you have a YouTube, that's courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union. Of course, Facebook Live questions from our friends at Ruzogra State Farm. I'll give you the rest of the league if you want to guess Florida. Arkansas's projected record, he says, 4-8. First-year coach there, Ryan Silverfield. In the league, 2-7. Auburn, again, first-year coach, projected 7-5, 4-5 in the SEC. Georgia, projected record 11-1 and 8-1 in the SEC, and rather surprisingly, he has Georgia's loss in the league coming at South Carolina. Kentucky, first-year coach, projected record 5-7, 2-7 in the SEC. How about the Lane Kiffins? Projected record 10-2, 7-2 in the SEC. The projected losses at Ole Miss and at Tennessee. Mississippi State, projected record 4-8, 1-8 in the SEC. If Jeff Lebby does that, he may not be coaching there much longer. Missouri, after some good years for Eli Drinkwitz, this year projected record 6-6, only 3-6 in the SEC. Oklahoma, 8-4 overall, 5-4 in SEC play. Ole Miss projected record 9-3, 6-3 in the SEC. Big year for Shane Beamer at South Carolina. Projected record of 7-5, 4-5 in the SEC. Tennessee, projected record 8-4, 5-4 in the SEC. Texas is a big dog. 11-1 overall projected record, 8-1 in the SEC. The only loss at LSU. And Texas A&M, who I think is a pretty good team, projected record of 8-4, but only 5-4 in the SEC. Losses at LSU, at Alabama, at Oklahoma, and Texas. That's a pretty formidable schedule they have. Vanderbilt, after their great year last year, projected record 6-6, 3-6 in the SEC. And he's got Texas, Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss going to the college football playoff. Alabama is not in it. He's got them projected to be in the Citrus Bowl. Well, that'll excite Alabama fans. Oh, yeah. So for Florida, I left them last. You're not going to like it if you're a Gator fan. Projected record 6-6, 3-6 in the SEC. The wins over FAU, Campbell, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and at Florida State. The losses at Auburn, at Missouri, Ole Miss, Georgia, Kentucky. Florida could certainly turn that around. I think Missouri is winnable on the road. I think Auburn is winnable on the road. And at Kentucky, I would hope Florida could beat Kentucky on the road. Now, again, you're asking them to get 9 wins to win 3 SEC road games. But given who that's against Is that far-fetched? Don't think so. International Diamond Center email, Daryl, loudest I heard the Swamp, 93, Florida State, before Warwick Dunn caught the swing pass for a TD for FSU to win. We also have a B&D Electric text line from Woody. Team USA just isn't advancing. They won the group. Exactly. Which means they have less travel and an easier schedule on paper. Agreed. Anything more than one more win is a good result. Making the final 16 is great. I don't expect more. Okay. Now, and Mike says that the guy that predicted South Carolina to beat Georgia, he didn't agree with that. BB, oh boy, he beat me to the punch here. For those of you who don't know, big music guy. Did an oldies show here for a long time. Just passing away, David Clayton Thomas. He was the voice in Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And a lot of horns in that band. They had the album of the year in 1969, beat out the Beatles that year. Between Clive Davis and David Clayton Thomas, and that hasn't been a good week for rock. He said, so happy Roland's doing well, Coach Thornquist, and enjoying life. What Coach said says a lot about how crazy NIL has transformed major college sports programs. I remember when Coach left, he mentioned that it was once all about team, had become somewhat to a certain degree about individual interest with NIL. That's another potential negative. How much in the back of a player's mind is NIL, and what's its effect on performance and the team? Some will handle it better than others. I don't know to that point, okay? I would really like to know the answer to this. If you're player X, okay, and you're making whatever money, does that put pressure on you? You know what a guy like Jaden Ball is going to make, or Houck, right? You know they're going to be making serious scratch. So because of that, right, is there more pressure? I don't think so. I just don't think there is, because I've not seen it. I've not seen where that's made a big difference, right? Maybe you can point one out to me, but I can't. Have you seen a player here that you think has succumbed to pressure, to support earning all the NIL money they get? I've not seen that. I haven't. All right. We got one more segment to slog through here, and then, thank God, we have guests. So we will do that. A lot of emails, though, but just nobody calling here. That's fine. Craig says, are you happy your Mets? Yes. Maybe you just tuned in, Craig. I feel a little bit badly for Carlos Mendoza, but you can't fire 25 people. They had to do that. And the Mets just looked so bad against the Cubs. I mean, they just looked like they were, not even in the same area code. And by the way, let me give you an instance where NIL backfired. Okay? It backfired at the University of Tennessee. Chaz Coleman, he was a Penn State transfer edge rusher. If you remember the portal, he was a big-time addition. He was a sought-after player. He's been dismissed from the Tennessee football program. Now, Tennessee's not confirmed this. CBSSports.com is reporting this. He missed most of spring because, number one, He was a big-time priority for them in the portal. And I know LSU was after him, and some other big-time schools were after him as well. And sources have said he was being paid in the $2 million range. Maybe the biggest investment they made. And guess what? He gone. So there you go. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk some sports, I hope. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
It's the Battle of the Trucks at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. The Chevy Silverado 1500 strikes first with 0% financing for 60 months. The 26 GMC Sierra strikes back with 0% financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments for 130 days. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and done. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Scattered showers will continue working their way across north central Florida from west to east. They could become widespread by the evening east of I-75. Tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the mid-70s. Weekend forecast both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the low to mid-90s, a mix of sun and clouds early with scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. From the WUFD Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
Gator football returns September 5th, right here on WRUF.
Welcome back to Sports Scene. International Diamond Center email. This is actually a topic I'm going to bring up next week. And it's been brought up before, is Florida's Ring of Honor in football. My question next week is going to be, who, if you had to pick one or two more people to go in the Ring of Honor, who would you select? Now, again, I'm going to ask this based on they're not having to meet the criteria that are currently set out. I'm just saying, if you could put somebody in there that you think deserves to be in there, who would it be? And again, Wilbur Marshall, Emmett, Spurrier and Danny, Tebow, Youngblood, Urban. And by the way, he'll be our guest at 1 o'clock, Urban Meyer. That's it. That's it. And I've always felt that there should be more in it. I can't give you a tangible, like to say, okay, this many players should go, because I think you have to have some sort of criteria to judge from. Let me give you an example. The first person that came to my mind was Lomas Brown. Lomas was an All-American here, played 20 years in the NFL. He was an offensive lineman for 20 years in the NFL. That's ridiculous. 20 years. Do I think he belongs? I do. I think if you put his name in there along with those other ones, that would resonate. But I'm sure you could come up with, a few others and say, okay, they belong there too. So that'll be a next week discussion. In the meantime, International Diamond Center email from Dean. Rules are changing. What are the rules governing practice now? Let's focus on quarterbacks and wide receivers. What are they allowed to do? Formal position group practices, informal pickup. I think you can do informal pickup all you want. And I will ask, because I think, Dean, one of the things I am going to talk to Urban about is the calendar, right? What are coaches allowed to oversee? And I think the calendar needs to be drastically changed, renovated, if you will. So I will ask. And I think what players are allowed to do, and that used to be pretty clear. But I don't think it is as clear now. So anyway, we'll see. Because certainly there are rules, for the NFL, what they can do, what they can't do as well. So, but I will try to endeavor. Look, you can still work out, and I think, you usually get some. Well, you do, not usually. You get some time off, and then you lift weights, you stay in shape, all that. So anyway, but I think this. I think if you said off-season workouts would be like mid-January to earlier mid-March. Spring ball, obviously. Summer workouts, May through July, and then fall practice. Now, again, what specifics, don't ask me. But I think that's a rough estimate of, what football players in college are allowed to do. So there you go. And a lot happens in the weight room because players can come in and do what they want to do. So it's pretty good. All right, one more email, and then we'll get Urban Meyer on here. And by the way, in the 1 o'clock hour today, Urban will join us. Chuck Cooperstein, my classmate, play-by-play voice of the Mavericks. We'll talk about why Dallas went the route of getting Dusty May as their new coach. And then Colton Sulley, who works for the Oklahoman, will kind of synopsize the Oklahoma baseball run and talk about the coach on the Oklahoma baseball staff. Florida is supposedly close to hiring. So that'll be coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. One more email here, and then we'll call it an hour. George says, Steve, I really like the show. I don't often call or email, but my question concerns Gator athletics in general. Where would you put the Gator program? Maybe this is another topic for next week. Great question. Where would you put the Gator program in terms of the SEC? Well, I just mentioned this yesterday, George. Florida ended up, again, in the top 10 in the entire country. So, that, and I think it's like the 40-something straight year they did it or something like that. So they're right there. Quickly, Daryl, go ahead.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Good.
Have they announced the players who's going to the SEC Media Days?
That's a good question. I don't think so, because I think you would have heard about it by now.
Well, I saw something. The reason I'm asking, I saw it on Twitter. You know how that is. But I think it come from one of the young ladies that work inside the football office. That the question I had, the thing I had was like Philo. So you're going to take him as a representative. So does that mean he's pretty much not handed the job or has a job or something like that? When I saw that, I was like, maybe that might be a tell sign of who they projected to get the starting nod on that position.
Yeah, I think all they've done, I'm pretty sure, is just they announced, I think, the coach schedule, when the coaches would be talking, not the players. At least I haven't seen that.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Steve.
Okay.
Man, have a good weekend.
Thank you, Daryl. You too. All right, that's our first hour of the show. Back with hour two. Urban Meyer will kick it off. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
The John Sumrall era begins this September. Catch every game right here on WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. We are your home for Gator sports.
Want to get your brand noticed? At Radware, we help you stand out with custom corporate apparel, branded uniforms, and promotional swag that gets attention. From trade shows to team uniforms, we've got you covered. Radware even works with major names like the University of Florida. Boost your brand visibility today. Visit radware.com. That's radware.com and let your brand shine.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing. Built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before with a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World, Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions, delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World, Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Wiebe Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, B&D Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
Welcome into Hour 2 of Sports Scene for this Friday. Macy is our producer today. She's going to make sure all our guests get on, all the buttons get pushed right. We appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to join us here. We come to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio. Visit GatorTrimLight.com and find out all the ways that they can make your home, your business, your pool deck, your landscape lighting all look great. And you can do it right from your phone. Again, visit GatorTrimLight.com. Find out what they can do for you. Also, we are fueled by Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Been driving one for a long time. Check them out when you go see them in person. Make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to Southeast Car Agency. Many thanks to Quality Plumbing for sponsoring the first hour today. One of our second hour sponsors, the good people at Domino's Pizza. Nobody delivers like Domino's, whether you're picking up or ordering delivery. Fast, easy, just a click away. You can order at GatorDomino's.com. And remember, you want to contact the show, the B&D Electric text line, 352-325-3777. You can schedule with great people at BD Electric to do your work, bdelectric.com. YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, and the Facebook Live questions come your way courtesy of Ruse Ogra State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville and North Central Florida for car, home, casualty, and life insurance. We're hoping to have Urban Meyer with us here. It would just be sort of par for the course if we didn't have that. But hopefully we will, and we're going to try to get him here next. Hopefully later on today, Chuck Cooperstein will be here, my classmate. He'll talk about the Dallas Mavericks getting Dusty May. Of course, he's the play-by-play voice for the Mavericks. And Colton Sulley from the Oklahoman will talk about Oklahoma's run to the baseball national championship. And he will join us, I hope, at the bottom of the hour. By the way, I got like 5 emails about the Ring of Honor. We'll do that next week, okay? Not today, unless all my guests don't come. Then we got problems. But hopefully we'll get Urban here, and we'll get the rest of them here today, and we will call it a week. Don't forget, check out our daily clip of the day on WRUF, Facebook, and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by our friends at Fairlife Milk. And again, we really appreciate all of our sponsors here, and you've been with us since we started back here. If you want to join the party, though, you can. You can contact Freddie, 352-284-3733, and we'll get you ready for the fall with Sports Scene. All right, let's bring in Urban Meyer live here on Sports Scene. And Urban, by the way, I didn't see you in person. Congratulations on the Ring of Honor.
Well, thanks. That's hard to imagine. And they've been so good to me here, Scott Strickland, and obviously I've gotten pretty close with Coach Summerall. So it's so great to be able to come back.
Yeah, I want to start with that. You were here for the press conferences, and you heard Summerall. I know you've talked to him, but maybe fans who were listening didn't get a chance to hear you. Let folks know your thoughts on Summerall and how successful you think he can be here at Florida.
Well, I've always felt this way, and that's why I took the job. I think it's a giant. I think it's one of the top 5 jobs in America, at times maybe the best. And it's really not that hard to evaluate great jobs. Great jobs, first of all, are, can you have talent acquisition? And the answer is absolutely. Within a 3-4 hour radius, we loaded up in Georgia players, Florida players, and then we bounced around a little bit to maybe get a couple unique positions. So the answer is yes. Number 2, do you have fan support? Absolutely. Do you have facilities? Ironically, when I was there, we did not. So I really didn't look at that as a negative, because facility arms race kind of just started back then.
Yep.
And we had enough to be good. And then obviously, you don't have budget restrictions and some of the other things that some schools deal with. So the answer is yes, yes, yes. And oh, by the way, you're in the great state of Florida, a great state. And so the answer is yes, 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 with all the above. And then you need to get, the right guy in charge. And I'm convinced that he is. I didn't know him. That's the amazing thing, Steve. I didn't know him. I heard of him. But once we had a couple phone calls, it was done in my mind. Obviously Scott and the administration had to make the decision, but not one time did I hear him complain about it. And it's like those old guys that back when I was the coach, and it's every time you talk, and it's like it gets a little bit hard to do that now in my position when I talk to friends or whatever, and all they do is bitch about this and this and this and this. He never did that, not one time. All he talked about is toughness, off-season program, Tuesday practices, special teams, all the things that, that I believed in. It was really great conversations.
Yeah, helped make you successful, no doubt about it. Urban, put on your Fox hat here as an analyst. One of the things that there's a lot of things I don't understand about what's going on, but it just seems to me now that the whole calendar is messed up, that something's got to be done in terms of the recruiting calendar and all of that. Do you agree with that from a coaching standpoint?
Of course I do. What's amazing, Steve, is I've been on the presidential commission, and I sat at the White House. I think I was on about 7 or 8 Zoom calls with some really strong people regarding the rules, and it's rather unanimous when you start talking about the 3 hot spots are NIL, eligibility, which they just passed that 5-year rule, and transfer portal. And then you got a series of other things. You got television rights, which has become a huge point of contention. You've got the calendar, which is another huge, but there's pretty much unanimous feelings out there. Now, how do you get things done? You have 4 commissioners that are extremely powerful, 2 in particular, the Big Ten and SEC. I don't know the exact hierarchy about how to get things done, but I can imagine those 2 are at top of the food chain right now. But you also have something called antitrust issues, and that means that any time you set a rule, you have to be prepared to litigate it. And the history is the NCAA loses because they don't have exemption. They don't have, antitrust exemption. You saw it with the quarterback issue at Texas Tech. You saw it with the quarterback issue at Ole Miss. You've seen it in other issues. So it's really interesting. After dealing with it now for 6 months, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and a lot of people are in the same boat. If Urban Meyer had a say, how many teams would you put in the college football playoff and why?
I kind of like the current status of it now. I'm a big believer in rivalry games. I'm a big believer in conference championship games. I don't want to lose those. I keep hearing people throw around 24. And I just think that's too many. Now, Steve, I'm certainly not going to act like I've sit here and devoted 20 hours a week on working on this because I haven't.
Right.
But I have experienced conference championship games and I have experienced rivalry games. And I can't imagine those going away. And I just worry if you start making this all about the playoff and nothing else, you kind of lose those things. The SEC championship game and the Big Ten championship game, those are 2 of the most incredible moments for players, coaches, and fans that you can experience. And the day that you tell me a ring doesn't matter, I'm not going to agree with you. You deserve to get a ring and go win your conference and a conference championship.
Urban Meyer joining us here, talking college football. You've coached in the place. Your thoughts on the upcoming renovation to the Swamp?
My gosh, and I heard about that, and it's the resources that they've been able to, I guess, are in the process of pulling together. Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it. I've actually been engaged with there's some kind of video going to go out. I don't know if it has gone out yet, where they came here and asked me about the Swamp. And so obviously I'm a big fan. I'm biased that when it's cooking, that's the best stadium in college football.
Urban Meyer joining us here on Sports Scene, talking college football, time at Florida, etc. 2 last things, Urban. There's a lot of people that think that college football should be more like the NFL, and in some ways it has trended that way. Do you think you'll see a day when we'll have collective bargaining? Do you think it's heading more toward the NFL model?
It certainly has in the last 5 years. How much further it goes. I kind of hope we tap the brakes and keep it, about the university, keep it about, I know I'm that old guy in the room, I guess, and I'm just such a firm believer in education and career after the sport. People are everybody talks about NIL, and there's a misunderstanding that you're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars. You're not. That's for very few. That's for very, very few are getting that kind of money. And that kind of money, even nowadays, unless you take care of it and do the right things, you're going to have to go work for 20-some years. I don't care how great a player. Are there a few that will go play 10 years in the NFL and they're finished? But the majority of people that put on a helmet, they're going to have to go work for a living. And I believe that if you get a degree from the University of Florida, you make the right networking, you get good grades, you do everything right, that there's a strong, I know, we've seen it. And that's the same at Ohio State and other great schools. I don't want that to go away. I really don't. And And then the other entity, Steve, is I'm a huge proponent of women's sports, the non-revenue sports. I said this in front of the president at the White House, that the fabric of our country is made up of people that were played team sports. I believe that. If we lose women's sports and if we lose team sports that are the non-revenue sports, the fabric of our country will be hurting.
Last thing, I've already started getting some of the players, but 20 years, Urban, since the first championship, first natty. 20 years. Doesn't seem that long, does it?
No, and someone brought that ironically to my attention the other day when they sent a picture in 2006 how young everybody looked, and
yeah.
You know, that was our first championship that I was ever a part of, and really anybody other than Jeremy was part of the 96, but the majority of people in that building, you know, that was all new, and you know, it just, I mean, the moment you won that, I remember when Percy Harvin got the last first down near the end of the game. We ran a bubble screen to him, and I saw the official mark the ball and say first down Gators. I look up at the clock, and I said, you know, because I was always that guy panicking the whole game.
Yeah.
And I said, my God, we won this thing. And it was like a rush that I've never experienced.
I'll end with that. Always appreciate you. Enjoy your summer. We'll get you back in the fall when the season cranks up. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Steve.
You got it, Urban. Urban Meyer joining us here live on Sports Scene. We'll take a break, come back. The Dallas Mavericks just hired a new coach. Well, the play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks is a Gator grad. Chuck Cooperstein joins us next as you listen to Sports Scene on WRUF. Hey, folks, it's Steve Russell for my friends at Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. They've been in business for over 45 years. That in itself says a whole lot. Take a look around you when you drive. Take a look at the car in front of you, alongside of you. There's a really good chance it'll have a Southeast Car Agency tag, just like my vehicle does, and many vehicles before that have as well. When you go see them in person, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you to the good people at Southeast Car Agency, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue, Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Hi, I'm Kerry Meldon. At Meldon Law, we prepare every case as if it's going to trial. And part of that preparation involves real people from our community giving honest feedback. Join one of our jury research focus groups. You'll review real case scenarios, share your perspective, and enjoy dinner and dessert on us. We'll thank you and provide you $125 for your time. It's engaging, meaningful, and your voice truly matters. Visit meldonlaw.com to sign up today.
After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for Core Power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. Electrolytes to help hydrate. The nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
If there's anybody that knows what teamwork and great leadership is all about, it's the head ball coach himself, Steve Spurrier. Sure, it applies to football and the team at Campus USA Credit Union.
Yeah, I think we got excellent leadership with Jerry Benton and his staff there, and certainly I'm proud to team up with those guys as we go from year to year.
Campus USA Credit Union can help with all your financial decisions. Join the team. Learn more at campuscu.com. Member NCUA.
At International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange, you'll find transparent pricing, same-day evaluations, expert craftsmanship, and a team committed to treating every customer with honesty and respect. And you never know who you'll see shopping there. Music stars, sports stars, and savvy collectors all know where to go when they're searching for exceptional value and luxury timepieces. Whether you're buying, selling, trading, or restoring a treasured piece, visit International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange on West University Avenue in Gainesville.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho,
You think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí.
Can I just say, you're my favorite player ever.
Bet all of soccer's biggest matches this summer on Hard Rock Bet. And keep your cool in case you run into Ronaldinho. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
Domino's Pizza sponsoring hour 2 of the show today. And don't forget, all of our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. Meldon Law won't back down. Let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. I enjoy doing interviews, but I also enjoy talking to friends and a classmate, somebody I've known for a long time, does a great job as the play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks. Chuck Cooperstein joins us here live on Sports Scene. Coop, good to have you. Welcome back.
Always nice to be on in the beautiful town of Gainesville, Florida.
You got it, Coop. I thought of you. I thought of you immediately when Dallas hired Dusty May, and I thought, I wonder what's going through Coop's mind. So, what went through Coop's mind when that hire was made?
Was surprised. I know that they had his name had been mentioned, but given Masai Ujiri's track record, the last 2 hires for sure have been assistant coaches, and not necessarily even top assistant coaches. Guys who were further down the bench. So I was a little surprised, to say the least, but ultimately delighted because let's face it, the track record is there, and sure, there's going to be a significant adjustment. Even if he ran an NBA-style program and had an NBA team literally at Michigan this year, but it's different for sure. So it'll be interesting to see how he puts his staff together. I think the way he plays and the way Michigan played this last year, I think that'll translate really well in the NBA. And I think he's going to look forward to having, not just a guy that he coached last year, Morez Johnson, but having people like Kyrie Irving and Cooper Flagg and Derek Lively to coach and look at that team and see, okay, how am I going to work with that team and how am I going to make them better?
Do you think this, it seemed like the hire, Coop, got put together pretty quickly. Was that your impression as well?
I know they had been waiting on John Shire. I think John Shire really was their first choice. But he kind of, I don't want to say strung them along, but, at some point you had to make a move. And so from that standpoint, then yes, even after they had initial discussions with Dusty May, during the process, once Shire pretty much decided that he wasn't going to be the guy, that this was the next place they were going.
Look, we're both grads here. The way I see the tea leaves going, Coop, is because of NIL, because, Dusty May didn't have, hardly had any time to really think about and enjoy his championship. The thought process is that you're going to see more college coaches leave and go to the NBA. Do you agree with that?
I do. And frankly, I think if Steve Kerr had not decided to take on 2 more years with the Warriors, that Todd Golden might very well be the coach of the Warriors today.
Chuck Cooperstein said that, yeah, because there's a lot of discussion about, Steve Kerr's new contract and all that. But
I will say, Steve, I mean, just as it relates to Todd, he runs an NBA style practice.
Yes, he does.
I mean, if you watch his team practice, NBA teams don't practice very much. Okay, the old days of 3-hour practices or whatever, those days are gone. They don't happen. And he treats his players in such a way that says, look, we're going an hour 20 minutes here. This is what I want to do. I want to go an hour and 20 minutes. You give me an hour and 20 minutes of really hard work and doing it right, and we're out of here. And then we'll do our skill work on the side, whatever it is we have to do. But as far as the practice and the attention to detail and that type of thing, he's very much set up to work in the NBA, and I do think it's going to happen. I mean, I hope he stays in Florida as long as he possibly can, but I do think the tea leaves are out there for people like Golden and John Shire, and a lot of the up and coming coaches in the league who are going on one level. Yeah, they can deal with the NIL and what have you, but when you get to a certain point, and you realize that you're not doing nearly as much coaching, and you're doing a lot more fundraising and all the other ancillary stuff that even with a general manager, quote unquote, on hand in your program, it's not the same. And ultimately, you're coaching the best basketball in the world, and you're coaching the best players in the world.
Tony emails, has Chuck started looking at property in Vegas yet? Will the Mavs get a new arena downtown?
They will not get an arena in downtown Dallas. They have an option on 104 acres at the Valley View Mall, which is in North Dallas.
Okay,
and it's led to much consternation in this town. Because not only are they leaving, the Dallas Stars are leaving as well, and they're moving a little farther north, about 8 miles farther north. And so both teams are going to build arenas, theoretically, to begin play in the fall of 2031. So it's a pretty wild scene here right now.
Oh, I bet it is. Put your Gator hat on here, Coop, for a second. Look, when the 04s won back-to-back, talking to some of the players, they talked about what a grind it was, that it was hardly fun. But you mentioned I'm not saying Billy's practices were bad, but I think it's a different era now with these players. Do you think they can enjoy the journey without having that pressure on them to, win it because they have all these guys back?
That's a great question. I think it's going to be harder to enjoy it given the nature of the world that we're living in right now and social media. So, for any, like the 07 team, they went through their issues in the middle of the season, as I recall, and it wasn't particularly fun. And that was without Twitter and TikTok and Facebook and all that stuff, seriously. So, I hope they can enjoy each other's company. I think really that's the most important part of this. I mean, they clearly have a relationship with each other that makes this whole thing so attractive and so interesting, because really they are the closest team throughout college basketball. Since that the 07 team, trying to go back to win, to basically bringing everybody back and trying to do it all over again. I have a feeling that if they are able to win, I hope it's happiness, but I dare say it'll probably, given the nature of the world we live in, be more of a relief.
Chuck Cooperstein joining us here, play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks. I'll end with this, Coop, because, you have your ear around the league. It always fascinates me when teams decide to get rid of, franchise-type players. You've been through that. The Bucks with Giannis and maybe some others here now with Jaylen Brown in Boston. Did that Jaylen Brown does that situation with Jaylen Brown surprise you a little bit? I had not heard of any friction in Boston with Tatum and him, but am I wrong in that?
I think Jaylen Brown has always looked for something more. So Jaylen Brown this year said that this year was the most enjoyable year of his career. Jason Tatum didn't play for a lot of the year. And so there was a lot more that was put on his plate, and frankly, he delivered on it. He was great.
Yep.
But they also blew a 3-1 lead in the first round of the playoffs, got knocked out. So, you kind of arch your eye and say, really? This was the most enjoyable year? I mean, sure, there was fewer expectations attached to the Celtics because of Tatum's absence and because of the changes that were made to that team. But, in the end, in Boston, they're not looking for that. They're looking to win. And, there's always been friction, may be too strong a word, but there's an uneasiness about how those two guys could play. Really, even going back, 3 or 4 years ago when they beat Miami, or when they lost to Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, that they felt that one of these guys has got to go. And Tatum has been an All-NBA player and certainly has had more All-NBA honors attached to him than Jaylen Brown has. And Jaylen Brown's making a lot of money. And Jaylen Brown is also eligible for an extension starting July 6th, for 2 more years and $140 million. I mean, do the Celtics want to go there? Do they want to do that? It's an interesting situation to be sure. And Brown is a guy, let's face it, he puts himself out there on social media, and that can cause some blowback that is not always easily overcome. So, I think usually once stuff like that gets out, Giannis really was the exception to the rule because really we were on the 5-year plan with Giannis before he got traded.
Yeah.
But I could see certainly in this world of aprons and harder caps and things like that where the Celtics might just make that move.
Last thing, Coop, as you look at Dallas going forward, you have a terrific player to build around in Cooper Flagg. What do you see now with the roster and where the Mavericks are going to go from here with Dusty May?
Well, there's a lot of work still to do. I mean, the Johnson pick was interesting because P.J. Washington's been playing power forward, and he enters a brand-new contract this year, a 4-year, $92 million contract. If Morez Johnson is theoretically your power forward of the future, well, where does that leave P.J. Washington?
Right.
And from the Mavericks standpoint, they don't have control of their first-round draft choice for the next 4 years. So anything they can do to replenish the supply, I think would certainly be helpful to them. Now, whether they're going to be able to do that is another story entirely. But, I mean, on the floor, assuming that there is health from Kyrie Irving and that he can play, not necessarily at the level he was at before his injury, I think that would be a lot to ask since it'll be 20 months since he hurt his knee when he plays his first game in October.
Wow.
If Derek Lively can come back, and he's been very injury prone, even going back to his time at Duke, missed a lot of games. If those guys can play and Cooper continues to improve at a level that we think he's going to improve at, then things will definitely be better. But then look at a team like Memphis, which was terrible last year, and look at what they've done already when they get Cameron Boozer and they get Kareem Lopez and they trade for Isaiah Stewart and they who knows what they're going to do with Morant, but they have a bunch of really good guards already on that team that may not necessarily need them. Yeah. They're going to be a whole lot better. Utah is going to be a whole lot better. They're not going to be tanking this year. The West is always beastly. It's even more beastly. I mean, you can be significantly better, and I do think the Mavericks will be better, but that doesn't really guarantee anything.
It does not. My friend, I appreciate you. I appreciate our friendship over the years, and thanks for taking the time today.
Thanks for having me, Steve. Be good.
You
Go
got
Gators.
it, Coop. Thank you. Chuck Cooperstein, good dude. And he does a great job as their play-by-play voice. We'll take a break, come back. We're going to talk about Oklahoma's run to the baseball championship and a little bit about the coach that Florida may hire from their staff. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
Gator football returns September 5th, right here on WRUF.
Your heart health matters. That's why Titan MRI and Imaging and Gainesville Open MRI are offering a coronary calcium scan for just $99. This quick, painless CT scan takes about 15 minutes and can help identify calcified plaque in your heart's arteries, giving you valuable insight to your future heart attack risk. The results provide a calcium score that can help your doctor determine the best preventive care plan for you. Schedule your scan today at GainesvilleOpenMRI.com. Live longer, live healthier. Titan MRI and Imaging with 3 convenient locations in Gainesville and Lake City. Serving you better.
Summer's back, and so is IDC's most popular offer ever. 0% financing for 5 years. Now through June 30th, you can make any purchase at International Diamond Center and spread your payments out to 2031 without paying a dime in interest. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, earrings, pendants. Our largest selection ever of certified hand-picked diamonds and exclusive designer fashion jewelry. International Diamond Center at Celebration Point. Excludes Rolex. Details and more at shopidc.com on approved credit.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Summer in Gainesville means sunshine, barbecues, and storm season right around the corner. Don't wait until disaster strikes to think about your roof. Whether it's your home or your business, Atlantic Roofing has you covered. From inspections to full replacements, their expert team handles both residential and commercial roofing, built to stand up to Florida's toughest weather. Get ahead of the storm. Protect what matters most. Visit AtlanticRoofingFL.com today for your free estimate. Atlantic Roofing. Roofing you can trust, rain or shine.
Soccer Sticker Fever is here at Miapa. Every Wednesday from 4 to 9 p.m., bring the family for Soccer Sticker Trading Night. Trade the stickers you're missing, pick up albums and sticker packs, and connect with fellow collectors. And kids ages 3 to 10 eat free with a paid adult entree. While the kids enjoy dinner, treat yourself to the best Cuban food north of Miami and delicious Cuban coffee at any of our 6 convenient locations. Miapa Soccer Sticker Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, 4 to 9 p.m.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
No, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
A reminder, all our guests come to you courtesy of Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971. They won't back down. Titan MRI and Imaging phone line. We talk to Colton Sulley, who is he's a beat writer for the Oklahoman, and we're going to talk about OU and baseball. Colton, welcome. I know you're traveling. Be safe in doing this. We were there for the baseball series when Florida played Oklahoma. Florida took 2 out of 3, and Colton and I left there thinking, OU's not very good. They were struggling, and all of a sudden, here they are, national champions. What turned things around for them in your view?
Yeah, Steve, first of all, thanks for having me on.
Sure.
Just an unbelievable run. Spent 8 days, or maybe a little bit more than that, 10 days in Omaha. And I think you and I talked before I left just about, even getting to Omaha was unbelievable. You mentioned that Florida series. It's kind of incredible that the last time OU was in their home stadium, they lost 13-2 to Florida, and then obviously 13-2 ends up being the final score of Game 3 of the Champ Series over North Carolina. Just incredible. Honestly, everything turned around for this Sooners team, whether it's Skip Johnson's decision to turn to 3 freshman pitchers, Cord Rager, Xander Mercurius, and Nick Wisloski, starting them 6 games in a row in the World Series, and then the offense. I mean, you can look back at that Florida series and nothing was going right for the offense or really the defense, making a ton of errors, running into outs on the base pass. And I think what really flipped, Steve, is, everybody saw when the bracket was unveiled and Oklahoma going to Atlanta, there was no chance that they were going to get through Georgia Tech. They have this magical comeback win, and I think that's the moment everything flipped. I think once they, proved that they could beat the number 2 overall seed, that team really believed they could beat anybody. And you saw it. Obviously, they defeat 9 national seeds in the tournament ever. They beat Lawrence and sweep Kansas. They beat number 7 Alabama. They beat number 3 Georgia twice, and then obviously took care of the Tar Heels.
Now, everybody wants to know about next year, portal, all of that. Any information you can give there? Are they retaining? Do they have a lot in the portal? How is that working?
Yeah, it's kind of a wait and see at this point. Obviously Oklahoma getting a little bit of a late jump because of the run, but they did still, throughout the postseason, land a couple of solid portal gets. Caden Brumbaugh out of Arkansas, who is an Oklahoma native. His brother was on the national championship team. They are probably going to lose, a good chunk of their offense. Obviously, Jackson Willett's the most outstanding player. He's a junior. He can return, but probably unlikely to probably go to the draft. Same thing with Dayton LaChance, the catcher. Dayton Taki was a senior. Brendan Brock probably going to the draft as well. But the good news for Oklahoma fans is those freshman pitchers that I mentioned. I mean, basically, if you bring back all three of those guys, they basically have their weekend rotation set for next season. So, and I'm sure we're going to get into Todd Butler in a little bit, but their recruiting coordinator is also a loss as well.
Yeah, that was my next thing. If you didn't have, any skin in the game, OU just wins a national championship, and he's the recruiting coordinator, assistant coach, and all of a sudden he's leaving for Florida. What do you know about that and why he may be left?
Yeah, I mean, it's a complicated thing, right? I mean, obviously Florida is a great baseball program. I think what makes the Todd Butler thing a little surprising to a lot of us here is Todd Butler's an Oklahoma alum, right? Played 2 seasons in Norman for the Sooners. He still holds a record, I think most stolen bases in a season. He still holds that record at OU. Skip Johnson brought him in a couple of years ago, and he's really done wonders. I mean, really have to credit him with building this national championship roster. Went out and got a ton of JUCO guys. I mentioned Dayton LaChance, but multiple others that contributed up and down the roster from JUCOs. And then obviously finding those 3 freshmen that a lot of schools really, weren't going after until late in the cycle. So can't say enough good things about Todd Butler. Skip Johnson really credited him throughout the World Series run, not only as a recruiting coordinator, but as an assistant coach. Obviously was a head coach at Wichita State, has a ton of SEC experience, whether it's at Alabama or Missouri or Oklahoma. So Florida really got a good one in Todd Butler.
When it comes to your head coach, he seemed like a real no-frills guy. What kind of a guy is he?
I can't say enough good things about Skip Johnson. He's really my favorite coach at Oklahoma to cover. Gotten to spend a ton of time with him over the past couple of years, but obviously over the past month with this run. And he one thing about Skip is, and I'm sure you've seen some of his press conferences and some of his quotes that have gone viral, he is unapologetically himself. And he's one of the best pitching coaches in the nation. Obviously, he spent, about a decade at Texas with Augie Guerrero and all of the success they had at Texas, making the World Series so many times. And what he's done at Oklahoma with the limited resources. I know there was a by Brown and extra points. Oklahoma was 11th in spending in the SEC in baseball, and they go win the national championship. So one of the best coaches in the country, I truly believe, and only up from here, I think, for Oklahoma with a guy like Skip Johnson.
I'm going to end by talking football. Good year for Oklahoma. Meyer back, fully healthy. What do you see early on here where this Oklahoma football program and team could go in the upcoming year?
Yeah, I mean, I think fresh off of a college football playoff appearance, I think the expectations are only growing. I think Oklahoma enters the season as one of the legit playoff contenders in the SEC, along with obviously Georgia, Texas. Of course, Alabama is going to have those type of expectations. You really hit on it. I think early we're going to know because this team goes to Michigan week 2, and they go to Georgia, I believe, week 4. So there's a real possibility that this team could either be 2-2 or 3-1, or if they happen to beat both of those teams, they're right on their way. So we're going to know early, and then of course OU Texas comes up after Georgia after a bye week. So we're going to know early for sure. But I think there's a lot of optimism, obviously. With what Brent Venables did with that defense last year, one of the best defenses in the country. You lose some pieces, but you also bring back Kip Lewis, the leading tackler. You bring back a lot of guys in the secondary, and then obviously Owen Heineke, who received a preliminary injunction for another year. And then that defensive line, you probably have the best defensive tackle in the country in David Stone. Bring back Jaden Jackson. So I think the big story is going to be, obviously last year John Mateer was battling through injury. What does he look like? What does this offense look like? But Steve, I can tell you, I think there's a lot of optimism in Norman, and I'm looking forward to going down to Gainesville this year, see a game in the Swamp.
Yep, we'll see you when you get here, no doubt. Colton, where can people see your work?
Yeah, follow me on social media at Colton_Sulley or every day in the Oklahoman. So I appreciate you having me on.
Yep, thank you for taking the time. I hope you feel better, and safe driving, and thanks for the time.
Thank you, sir.
You got it. Yep. Colton Sulley does a good job covering Oklahoma athletics for the Oklahoman. Let's get a YouTube question here, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union from Greg. Urban in the Ring of Honor is appropriate. 2 natties and a Heisman at Florida is more than worthy, in his opinion. I've said this a lot. I will say it one more time. Urban, in my opinion, would have been in the Ring of Honor sooner had he not screwed up in Jacksonville. It just took a while for that to be forgotten because credential-wise, there is no question he belongs, and he's there. And I hope, Gator fans will embrace that. We've got one more email here. Jack says, I've never been asked this. Jack says, where do you get all these people to interview? I love them. It's called 28 years and knowing a few people. And Jack, I will say this, not that I don't like hearing from you all, I do, but I really enjoy doing interviews. I learn a lot when I do them. And Greg, quickly, another YouTube comment, Todd can go to the NBA anytime he wants. If it were me, I'd build a dynasty like Billy D did and then go and get the Warriors job and make it full circle. All right. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and then a final segment of Sports Scene. Still time to hear from you. Coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Domino's carryout deal means you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each when you order online or by phone. Just in case there's any confusion, we've even set up a helpful website to confirm if today is a day you can carry out one-topping pizzas for $7.99 each. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's carryout deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carryout only. Ask for this offer. Availability and charges may vary. Size availability varies by crust type. Excludes XL and specialty. Your local store may charge extra for some toppings and sauces.
It's the Battle of the Trucks at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC. The Chevy Silverado 1500 strikes first with 0% financing for 60 months. The 26 GMC Sierra strikes back with 0% financing for 60 months plus no monthly payments for 130 days. Come see us today at Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and GainesvilleChevyGMC.com. 36-month leases, $69.99 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, and done. $16.66 per thousand financed at 0 APR for 60 months. Subject to lender approval. Expires month end. Together, let's drive.
This summer, bring every game home. Baseball, soccer, golf, like never before. With a stunning new home theater system from Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, surveillance, and smart home solutions. Delivering the best products, the best service, and the best price. Don't just watch the game, live it at Electronics World. Gainesville's preferred choice for home theater, home surveillance, and smart home installation and service. Visit electronicsworldfl.com for more. That's electronicsworldfl.com.
Hey Gainesville, tired of big banks that don't know your name? Meet Galabank. Locally owned, locally operated. With over 350 years of combined experience, we're here to help our neighbors, not just customers. No call centers, no appointments necessary, no sign-in sheets, and anyone can cash a check on us. No extra charge. Local bank, local people. Galabank. Find us at 7515 West University Avenue off Tower Road. Galabank. Member FDIC.
Gainesville's best-kept secret is finally being revealed. Introducing Sensei Asian Bistro. Located in Celebration Point next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Sensei delivers a one-of-a-kind Japanese-French fusion experience that's as refined as it is unforgettable. Indulge in signature dishes like our smoked New York strip, Chilean sea bass, matcha curry, or the crave-worthy Chunggang chili chicken. Pair it all with handcrafted cocktails, fresh crudo oysters, or our premium A5 Wagyu tataki. Sensei Asian Bistro. Make your reservation today.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
Scattered showers will continue working their way across north central Florida from west to east. They could become widespread by the evening east of I-75. Tonight, partly cloudy, lows in the mid-70s. Weekend forecast both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the low to mid-90s, a mix of sun and clouds early with scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. From the WUFD Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Megan Borowski.
WRUF, where Gator Nation comes alive. 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and 103.7 HD2.
You know, one of the things that I love is working with young people. I learn a lot from working with our students and a guy like Justin because it keeps you young. Justin said, have you seen the college football 27? And no. But obviously that's popular with a lot of people. And Florida's highest rated player, Jaden Ball, a 91 rating. Pretty good. And most of the time, I don't know if this is true, I would think most of the time an offensive player would be probably the higher if all things – no, and some teams maybe not. You got a stud that's a tackle or something. But Eric Singleton at 90, and then Bryce Thornton, who is not an offensive player, 87 along with VB3. Miles Graham at 85. Dallas Wilson, Cameron James, 84. And I would not have thought this. Cormani McClain, for all of his – trials and tribulations, is rated as an 83. So that's, I mean, given his deal, pretty good. All right, let's close with Rich today. Rich, hello.
Steve, great interviews today. You sure do know a heck of a lot of people. So Rays won 2 out of 4 against Kansas City. They took the last 2. Junior hits 3 home runs yesterday.
Crazy.
Out of the 3, he hit a 77-mile-an-hour curveball, an 84-mile-an-hour slider, and on the last one, it was a position player, 47-mile-per-hour fastball. Out of those 3, which one is hardest to hit? I'm thinking it's the 47-mile-an-hour fastball.
Me too. You never see that. I mean, you never see that. So to have the, keep your weight back, have the patience, all that, yeah. I mean, for me, it'd be the best. But for a big leaguer, yeah, I'm sure that I would think that'd be the hardest, yeah.
You got to generate all the power. I think I could hit the 47. I'm not going to hit it out, but I'll get a base hit out of that. So
yeah, I might hit that, but I wouldn't hit it out for sure.
Exactly. So Monday, Wimbledon starts, and actually a couple of reasons to tune in. Serena Williams and Venus Williams playing doubles. And I think Serena's going to compete also in singles too, but doubles – I wouldn't be surprised if they go somewhere. I'm not saying they're going to win it, but doubles is different. You don't have to run up and down the court all day long. You have someone to work with, and they've won multiple tournaments together. Even in their mid-40s, I wouldn't be surprised if they do halfway decent. That's one reason to watch. And then the other reason is Ben Shelton, currently ranked 5th going in, and he's won a grass tournament, which is what Wimbledon is, and he's won 3 tournaments this year, so he's on kind of a roll. So look out for that, too. Should be very interesting.
Okay. Appreciate it, Rich. Thank you for your call, as always. And speaking of the Rays, tonight, Rays and the Diamondbacks start a 3-game weekend series from the Trop. Coverage begins at 6:30 tomorrow. Red Sox, Yankees from Fenway Park in Boston. Coverage begins at 12:30, followed by Rays and D-backs at 5:30. And then Sunday, final game of the Rays Diamondbacks begins at 1, and then 6:30. Sunday night baseball, again, Yankees and Red Sox from Fenway. So a lot of Major League Baseball here all weekend long. And that's always fun here because we are definitely in that time of the year. And one last email from Peter. He said, thank you for the interviews today, especially with the young man from Oklahoma. I was wanting to know more about the assistant coach. Well, there you go. Right from the horse's mouth. And with that, many thanks today to, first of all, to Macy for producing the show. Thanks to all of you for listening. And then our guest, Colton Sulley from the Oklahoman. Roland Thornquist, the former Gator women's tennis coach, now at Wesleyan University. He's the men's head coach, women's assistant coach, and the women's team just won a D3 national championship. Urban Meyer joining us here, as well as my buddy Chuck Cooperstein, the play-by-play voice of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, next week is the final week of Sports Scene before we take a little hiatus. So I hope you'll join in and be part of the show next week. Up next, it's Rich Eisen, because the tailgate's out. Not the tailgate, the Sports Lab's out for the rest of the week. You're listening to Sports Scene on WYUF. Enjoy your weekend. See you Monday.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators!
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their meatball sub with fries or onion rings, topped with the house sauce and lots of melted mozzarella.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
P.F. Chang's Gainesville is serving up incredible lunch specials starting at just $11.99. So if you're in the mood for Asian fusion cuisine, stop in for lunch today. And don't miss happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. with $5.99 beers, $6.99 wines, and $8.99 cocktails. Make your next lunch or afternoon unwind unforgettable at P.F. Chang's Gainesville, your destination for lunch and happy hour.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
Gator fans, this one's for you. Introducing Castaway Sauce Company, the hot sauce made by Gators for Gators. Their signature ball kicker hot sauce is inspired by Steve Spurrier's famous kick that beat Auburn in '66. If you love hot sauce with real flavor, not just heat and vinegar, Castaway delivers. Available at select public supermarkets, Castaway Sauce Company is founded by a lifelong Gator and proud UF alum. From mild to wild, they've got a flavor for every Gator tailgate. Grab your Castaway hot sauce today and taste the tradition. Learn more at CastawaySauceCompany.com.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Looking for the perfect stay in Gainesville? Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center is just steps from the Swamp, the closest hotel to UF. With 6 stylish floors of brand new everything, we've been completely renovated and fully remodeled for your comfort. Enjoy the best guest services in town, competitive rates, and a location you just can't beat. And don't forget about our rooftop pool. Whether it's game day, graduation, or a Gator getaway, make your stay extraordinary at Holiday Inn Gainesville University Center. Visit us online today for details and booking.
When you're ready to roll up your sleeves or open new doors for the next generation. When you're ready to give your time where it matters most and put your heart behind every handshake. Radiant Credit Union is ready too. With partnerships, programs, and people dedicated to building stronger communities together, helping our community shine. Radiant Credit Union. When you're ready, let's get started.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app.
Everybody,
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern.